Welcome to Banglar Sultans. Discover the incredible story of the Manhattan Project, the secret that changed the world. A true story of genius, fear, and the birth of the atomic age. Prologue: The Spark of Fear, 1939. In the summer of 1939, a letter crossed the Atlantic Ocean, a letter that would change human history forever. It was written by Albert Einstein and Leo Szilard, two scientists who had fled Nazi Germany. The letter warned President Franklin D. Roosevelt that Adolf Hitler's Germany might be attempting to build a new, terrifying weapon, one powered by the atom itself. It may be possible, Einstein wrote, to construct extremely powerful bombs of a new type. The words struck Roosevelt like lightning. The world was on the brink of war, and if Hitler got there first, civilization itself might not survive. So Roosevelt gave a simple, fateful order: build it before they do. Act 1. The race begins, 1942 to 1943. The project was given a code name that meant nothing but everything: the Manhattan Engineered District. Later, the world would remember it as the Manhattan Project. Under the leadership of General Leslie Groves, a massive secret operation began. Thousands of scientists, engineers, and soldiers were recruited, but most had no idea what they were working on. Entire secret cities were built from scratch. Los Alamos, New Mexico, where the bomb itself would be designed. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, where uranium would be enriched. Hanford, Washington, where plutonium would be produced. Tens of thousands of people worked around the clock behind barbed wire in total secrecy. Letters were censored. Scientists vanished from universities. Even their families didn't know what they were doing. And in the heart of it all stood one man, J. Robert Oppenheimer, the brilliant, poetic, theoretical physicist who would later be called the father of the atomic bomb. Act 2. Oppenheimer's Dream and Burden. At Los Alamos, Oppenheimer gathered a team unlike any the world had seen, a gathering of minds that read like a galaxy of stars. Enrico Fermi, who had built the first nuclear reactor. Richard Feynman, the eccentric young genius. Niels Bohr, the philosopher of physics. Their task was monumental: harness the power of the atom, the same energy that powers the sun, and weaponize it. They worked through exhaustion, isolation, and guilt. Many believed they were saving the world. Others feared they were damning it. Oppenheimer himself quoted the Bhagavad Gita in moments of reflection. "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Act 3. The Trinity Test, July 16, 1945. In the early hours before dawn, the desert near Alamogordo, New Mexico, became the stage for humanity's greatest gamble. The bomb was nicknamed the Gadget. No one knew if it would work, or if it would ignite the atmosphere itself and destroy the planet. At 5:29 a.m., the world changed. A flash brighter than 1,000 suns lit the desert sky. The earth trembled. A mushroom cloud rose to 40,000 feet high. One scientist whispered, "It worked." Another, "What have we done?" The atomic age had begun. Act 4. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, August 1945. 3 weeks later, the weapon was used in war. On August 6, 1945, the bomb, nicknamed Little Boy, was dropped on Hiroshima, Japan. In seconds, 70,000 people were killed. Fires raged for miles. 3 days later, Fat Man destroyed Nagasaki. The Japanese government surrendered soon after, ending World War II. But the world stood in stunned silence. The cost of peace had been the death of over 200,000 civilians. Oppenheimer was hailed as a hero, but in his heart, he was broken. He said, "Physicists have known sin, and this is a knowledge which they cannot lose." Act 5. The Aftermath and the Moral Reckoning. In 1946, the Manhattan Project was disbanded, and the Atomic Energy Commission took control. But the genie was out of the bottle. By 1949, the Soviet Union had its own atomic bomb. The Cold War began, a half-century of fear, paranoia, and arms races. Oppenheimer, who had once led the project, became an opponent of nuclear escalation. He opposed the development of the hydrogen bomb, calling it a weapon of genocide. In response, he was branded a security risk, humiliated in public hearings, and stripped of his government clearance. Yet, history would remember him not as a traitor, but as a tragic visionary, the man who gave humanity a power it was not ready to wield. In the end, the Manhattan Project didn't just change the world. It changed what it means to be human. Thank you for watching. Keep in touch for more fascinating historical stories from around the world. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Banglar Sultans.